Hello everyone, welcome to Junk Journal Ideas. For this week we're going to make a soft spine for one of our journals, and I'm using this quite battered old book. As you can see, it's an ex-library book, so it's been well used, and I want to make my soft spine out of a piece of this. I've had this from the scrap store and I've been dying to use it. And I feel like I want to cover the whole book, but I'm going to restrain myself because it's so vintage. I want to keep it like this. And also, I promised my friend Rhonda, hi Rhonda, promised her I'd show her how to make a soft spine journal. Now, I've made a couple and I haven't made one the same. So we're going to go with whatever happens. The first thing I'm going to do is take away this tiny little spine that is absolutely no good for a junk journal, especially one of mine, which always end up to be quite chunky. Oh look, that one's just fell off. So we'll just tidy it up. Tidy it up there, and I think this may need a bit of trimming. Just clear up the mess. I'll remember which one's my front. So what we want to make is probably about a 2-inch spine, and we want to make it all soft and flexible. Now unfortunately this is not very thick fabric, so we're going to have to be a bit creative, and I'm going to see first how much we need. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut this white edge off, and hoping it's going to rip. Yep, right, that's off. Good start. Look at that lovely frayed edge now. The top and the bottom are fraying really nicely as well. I think this may turn into quite a shabby jungy, that's a good word. A jungy journal. Right, so if our spine is going to be 2 inches, let's just move them out of the way. Then our piece that we want to put over the spine has got to be slightly bigger than that. So I'm going to cut it to 4 inches and having it coming quite a way into the book. So cut that again. Oh, I can make so many. I might make a whole journal covered in that yet. I just love it. It's been ages. I've had this for so long now, like months, and I've been dying to use it. This is my perfect opportunity. Right, so what I need is some sort of wadding on the back. If you've got upholstery fabric, then it's probably thick enough to manage, because my inside is only going to be this, so this isn't going to be thick enough on its own. Well, you know, like that, it's going to be too floppy, so we just need to firm it up a little bit. So I'm going to go and have a little dig through my stash, because I know I've got some felt and I know I've got some bad batting, so I'm going to see what I like best. So I've got some choices. I'm going to have to make a decision. So I've got this, and where it's come from, but you know me, I'll just pick up anything I think might be useful in my journals. And it's pretty thick, it's about 1/2 inch, but it's really soft. So I'm thinking this would be quite cool. I've got some very thick felt, which again would give it just enough stability. And I've also got this, whatever this is called, I've used before in my books. It's called Vilene Heavy Sew In something, but I think this is too thin, so I'm gonna not, that's eliminated, so it's between these two. Let's see what they feel like. That's quite good. So I'm wondering whether this is just going to be too thick. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's going to be so soft, but that's not what we want for this particular journal. So we're going to go with the felt. Process of elimination going on there. And again, we just got to cut this. Now I'm going to cut it slightly smaller all round. So I need to cut it about 3.5. So we're just going to quickly do that. Because, oh, pressed too hard, I think. There we go. So much easier with the new blade. So that will be on there, on the back, and this will be on the front, inside. Okay, and I think that will be really scrumptious and soft. So, book, 2-inch gap. It's going to be massive. It's going to be such a chunky little journal. I mean, the size, it's 2, 4, 6, 7.25 by 5-ish. Well, you know, by that little tiny bit. So 7 by 5. I don't think this is going to be big enough now. Well, it might be. Just. Now, my question is, do I want stitches? Yeah, I do. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'm going to stick these onto there. Like I said, I change my mind every time I make one of these. So we're sticking them down. Then I'm going to put this on this bit inside. And then we're going to cover that. So I think I need a bigger piece of this. No, we're going to go this way. Because otherwise I'm going to be seeing that felt and I don't want to see that felt. Keep forgetting to leave my 2-inch spine. And that will be much nicer. Because I don't think I'm going to put anything on there again. Okay. So, like I say, if you've got some thick upholstery fabric, then this would be so much. You wouldn't need to put this extra layer on. So we're going to glue it all down. First of all, I'm going to glue this to this. Glue the felt to my soft cover bit. Considering it's Fabri-Tac, it really doesn't like going onto fabric. Well, I suppose this isn't the Fabri-Tac, this is the 3-in-1. But they're pretty much the same. So I'm going to get that on there. Like that. Am I still in frame, guys? Yeah. Right, so I'm going to centre this into my, where I want my 2-inch spine to be, because I'll put this here. So, oh, don't you be running out on me. And as normal, I just smudge it in a bit. And we're going to put that on there. Now I know I'm going to have to glue a little bit more on the other side because it's not going to catch the fabric. But we're going to do it this way. I'm sure there's different ways to do this. Just look up, what do you call them? Soft spines. There's bound to be loads of different ways. It just depends what fabric you want to use. If you want to use a thinner fabric, then you probably need to thicken it up somehow. Otherwise, you're going to be very, very floppy on your spine. I mean, floppy's good, but not just like falling apart floppy. We don't want that. Oops, I'm not level with my book either. Let me just move that down. That's better. Whew. Crisis averted. And then we're going to put my more glue. Could have sewn this bit, couldn't I? Oh, I should have done that. Oh, maybe I'll do that next time. See? Different every time. Every time. I always think of something while I'm doing it. This is quite a grungy piece of fabric. It's also got fluff on it. I wonder where that came from. Just make sure that's stuck down well. And then stick the sides. Obviously, then you just need to add your signatures. Okay. I love these little silicone brushes. Silicone, not a brush, a silicone thing, because if the glue dries on it, you just peel it off. You don't ruin all your bristles. So I love it, because I always forget to do brushes, clean brushes. Same on this side. I'm back to front now, sorry. My arm is going right across. Put your little crease in on both sides, just to help it when you do fold it. Do not fold it yet, because if you fold it now, it'll all buckle up, which will be awful. We may need to put a little bit more glue in the ends, but we'll sort that out in a moment. So I'm going to let that inside dry, and we're going to look at the outside of here. I can't fold it. Right, we're going to let it dry for a moment, and I'll be right back. Okay, it's pretty dry. I've left it a good 20 minutes, and all we've got to do now is just do the little edges. And obviously we want to cover this felt. Honestly, my words sometimes. I don't know how you put her with me, guys. Oh, right, I'm going to put a bit on that felt. I'm going to come over the edge. And hopefully this will stop that fraying as well. If not, we'll put a little bit of PVA on it just to stop it. But I'll see how that goes. There we go. I'll just do that. That should be enough to stop that fraying anymore. I love how it's frayed. Look at that. I mean, you can do this on any size book, you know, minis, big ones. This is just a sort of, whatever size book I had, that's what size my journals usually go. Just, oh, we need to do a little bit up there as well. I'll do the sides, get them down. There we go. Again, do a little bit of spreading, and we will pop that down. And then if you'd wait, it's because we've waited, get my words in line, because we waited till this was bone dry, we can now you know, pull a little bit on there and it's not going to come off. I'm attached, so we need a little bit more just on this top edge. I thought we might, which is fine, you know, get it all done how you want it. Again, because we've used 2 layers, that's why. If I've got enough glue, or I could sew it. Oh, that'd be fun. I might do a cardboard one and sew it. It'll have to be another video because I haven't got time at the moment to do that, and I want to get this up for Rhonda. So I hope this has been helpful to you, Rhonda, and anybody else who was looking to do a soft spine journal. I mean, that is pretty easy, I think, and you know, you can cover these if you wish. I probably leave mine because it'll probably end up being some sort of grungy, shabby journal. And as you can see, lovely little curved spine, really soft. You can fit massive load of signatures in. Just make your fabric as wide as you need it, and it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so next time I will do one where we keep the original spine, and then maybe if there's any interest, I will do one with just, you know, thick fabric, but it's pretty self-explanatory. But I will go through it if anybody wants to know. So there you go, that's it. Just needs finishing up. I'm not going to do that. All I'm doing is the spine today. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. Appreciate it as usual, and thank you. I'll see you soon. Bye.